Hi guys, welcome to DURGASOFT project world. Today I am taking the topic that is real-time detection of traffic from Twitter stream analysis. So we want to detect the traffic, how much of traffic it is generated, and from Twitter stream analysis. So we are detecting from the Twitter where the data will be, how much of traffic will be happens in the real time, and we want to perform some analysis. So let me check the abstract for getting some more information about the topic. The social networks have been recently employed as a source of information for event detection with particular reference to road traffic, congestion, or some car accidents. This kind of any particular events, if you want to be share or if you want to be get more kind of information, most of the people have sharing their information on the social networks only. So in this paper we are presenting a real-time monitoring system for traffic event detection from Twitter stream analysis. So means where we have a lot of tweets are happening related to some of the major issues. So in the major issues, what I want, suppose I log in, and suppose my friend has one of the traffic congestion event, that is something like where the traffic is more, or something like he might be an accident. So I want to be see among all the friends, I want to be see his accident as the first. So how to manage all these things, how to calculate the traffic from these Twitter streams, all these things we have to be find out. And the system fetches tweets from the Twitter according to the several search criteria, like processes tweets by applying text mining techniques. So by using text mining techniques, so how to mine the data, all these things. So those algorithms we are using so that we can take the tweets, and finally we are performing the classification of the tweets. So we have to mine the tweet and we have to process the tweet, then we have to be finally classify based on the tweet segmentation, and the or else tweet category. The main aim is to assign the appropriate class label to each tweet as related to the traffic event or not. So each tweet will get a one label. So we are assigning one label to the tweets. So whether it is important or whether it is a highly scalable, highly viewable, or it is whether it is a highly traffic content, it is important or non-important, or it is a promotion. So this kind of labels we are going to be add for each tweet. Then the traffic detection system was employed for the real-time monitoring of several areas of the Italian road network, allowing for the detection of traffic events almost in the real time, often before online traffic news websites. So whenever we are having the labels on top of our networks, so the label data will be displayed on top of the very highly viewable, and the data which is very faster than online traffic news websites also. And we employed the support vector machine as a classification model. So we already discussed we have to be classify the data, right? So for this classifying, which model we are using means support vector machine. So we are employed the support the vector machine. This is what the algorithm where I can find out the data. By using that I can classify the data. And the final thing is about accuracy. How much of accuracy we got? It means 95.75% of this accuracy by solving a binary classification problem. So whenever we are talking about traffic versus non-traffic tweets, if you compare about that, most of 95.75% of accuracy we got it whenever we are talking about the real time, the traffic versus non-traffic tweets. Everything we have to be calculated based on the label only, whether it is a traffic content or non-traffic content. We were also able to discriminate if traffic is caused by an external event or not by solving a multi-class classification problem and obtaining an accuracy value of 88.89%. So binary classification means traffic versus non-traffic tweets. And on top of this, we are also be compare some more tweets like discriminate traffic. These kind of things also we can also calculate it. So all these things, classifications, we can also be calculated by using the accuracy called 88.89%. So around 89% of accuracy we are finding in the multi-class classification problem, and we are getting 95.75% of accuracy in binary classification problem after getting this my proposer system, after implementing my proposer system. Check out guys what is meant by real time and how we are getting that much of accuracy. Real time detection of traffic from Twitter stream analysis. So what are the problems in the existing system? Event detection from social networks analysis is more challenging problem. That is also one of the problem. And whenever you are talking about the unstructured and irregular texts, also then also we have a problem. Sometimes whenever we are having the huge amount of not useful or meaningless information, again we are having an issue. So how to get about all the information? Event detection in the social networks is more challenging. See how to find whether in the blog content or in all among the thousands of emails, which email is highly important, which email is not important, which contains the more traffic, how I can get it out. It is more challenging. And the second issue is unstructured and irregular text. The data is not in a structured manner. Again we are having an issue. Or something like the abbreviated words, suppose informal or something. Sometimes most uncommonly we are tweeting with the misspells, something we are writing in the with the grammatical errors, abbreviated words. So these kind of things we are using. So if you want to process those data, again we are having an issue. And if the information is not in having some proper meaning, or it is not any useful information, at that time again we are having a problem of the data when it has the more amount. So all these things we are facing as a disadvantages, and we are already seen the proposer system. Check the advantage of the proposer system. We know that tweets are up to 140 characters. As a Twitter is allows only 140 characters as a single tweet. So more than 140 characters I cannot be mingle as a single tweet. So at that time what I can do it, and in the short meaning, suppose I cannot be provide some very full meaning, very full text. So at that time I am giving some short answers, some short messages I am giving. So if you want to be categorize those things, means again we are having an issue. So how to study these kind of things? Everything we have given in the proposer system. And each tweet can be directly associated with the meta information that contributes additional information. So each tweet will be associated with the meta information. That is meta information is nothing but additional information of the actual information. So based on the meta information, we are calculating whether the tweet is having some proper information or not. Everything we have to be checked with the classified with the meta information only. and Twitter messages are public, so anyone can be check out that. So they are directly available with no privacy limitations. For all of these reasons, Twitter is a good source of information for real-time event detection and analysis. Suppose if you want to be detect the real-time detections and analysis, if you want to perform analysis on top of the real-time data, we can easily use the Twitter dataset. Why means all the data which you are posting in the Twitter is for public only. There is no access. Anyone can read your tweets. That is what the usage. Whether some people will say it is as a advantage, whether it may be people as some disadvantages, but whatever the people said, for our research purpose, for event detection and analysis, the Twitter is a very good source. Moreover, the proposed system could work together with the other traffic sensors like loop detectors, cameras, infrared cameras. This kind of systems also I can be integrate along with the Twitter traffic. So my algorithm not only for Twitter, my proposed system can also work with the traffic sensors or something like some monitoring systems, detection of traffic difficulties. Almost all, wherever you want, there I can be use my application to detect the traffic. And it also performs not only single binary, it also performs multi-class classification like non-traffic, traffic due to congestion or crash, traffic due to external events, or some different classes, different criteria we are performing. In the exist system, we are having only one thing, that is binary class classification. What does mean by binary class classification? Means traffic versus non-traffic. Here, along with the multi-class, along with the traffic and non-traffic, we are finding some congestions and external events. Almost all the things we are finding along with that. And it also detects the traffic events in the real time, and it is developed as an event driven infrastructure built on the SOA architecture, service oriented architecture. SOA means service oriented architecture. Based on the services, the architecture will be built. So we are giving the high priority for the services. This is other system architecture. Stuck in a 7 kilometer queue, fetches sums and pre-processing the data. As a tokenization, we are taking the stop word filtering, streaming, stream analysis, feature system, some of the things we are finding and we are classifying on top of it. Suppose if the data is we are thinking that it is a traffic related data, means most of the people will be check out, so I can be given this information as a traffic related information. So what are the system requirements we have to be maintained? Hardware requirements, software requirements, operating system, and the coding language we used is Java for this development project. We also use the .NET, and the IDE we use the NetBeans 7.4 version. You can also use any version of the NetBeans, and the database is MySQL. Here we can also use the Oracle also database. Check the what are things they have given. As the introduction, they are giving the introduction about the data mining. We are mining the data, right? Of course, we are processing, we are transforming, we are finding the patterns, what are things we are maintaining. Finally, we are achieving the knowledge. So, based on the knowledge only, we are taking the actions. So, we are performing data mining operations on top of our structural data, not only structural data, the data which you are getting from the Twitter. How the data mining works, the classes, what is cluster, what is associations, patterns, everything we have given in a clear manner. you can easily check out. And the data mining consists of 5 major elements. What are the 5 major elements we have to maintain? The first thing is extracting or transforming and loading, and then we are storing, and we are providing the data processing, data accessing, then we are analyzing, then finally we are getting the report generation. These 5 elements, 5 procedure tools. Different levels of analysis are available. What are the analysis? Genetic algorithm, artificial neural networks, decision trees, nearest neighbors method, rule induction, data visualization. All these are the different kind of methods. And the characteristics also very important. That is the data mining, large quantities of data, how to manage the things, and the noisy incomplete data is there as part of the data mining. Complex data structures are there, how to handle those things, heterogeneous data stored in legacy systems. So everything will be dealing with the data volume benefits. We have seen a lot of data volume benefits also. We have given advantages in which fields I can be used data mining, as a marketing, retail, finance, banking, the manufacturing, the governments, law enforcement, researchers. Our example, Twitter, social media. So anywhere you can use our data mining concepts. We can check the system analysis. We already seen, right? The exist system, proposed system. So what are the modules we have? A tweet collection module, crawling of tweets from Twitter module. Crawling means the browsing. It is also like crawling is also very beautiful word, where I can be crawl the data, crawl the website, checking the entire website and getting the data. That is what the crawling. And Twitter search API module, filtering tweets using machine learning module, semantic analysis on tweets module, earthquake reporting system module. So how we are maintaining all the report generation, all the systems. So we are majorly categorizing it as 6 modules. Try to find out these 6 modules as we are divided into a entire project into a sub modules. We have given a lot of things, system design, everything we have specified. The diagrams, this is the system architecture. So DFD, data flow diagrams, everything we have, UML diagrams, what are the use cases as a user, create account, login, followers, how many followers we can check it out, status update, sharing, removing, everything. As a Twitter user I am saying about that. And we can be registered, we can be getting the data, the user behaviors, everything we can be find out. Along with that, we can check the feasibility study. System study is nothing but feasibility study. We can be calculate whether the project development is feasible or not by testing. economical feasibility, technical feasibility, social feasibility. As economical feasibility, economically I can bear this project or not. Technical feasibility means as that we have the technical resources to do this project or not. And the social feasibility means whether we, after delivering the project, whether do we have the social requirement. Suppose without having the proper requirement from the social networks, if we develop any algorithm, any proposed any system is also it is a waste. If we have a real requirement, then only we can be processed, then only we can be check out that. So all these things we have to be look and we have to be managed in the various ways. So all these things we have to be find out in the system study. 3 types of feasibilities: economical feasibility, technical feasibility, social feasibility. Social feasibility is new things, maybe I can repeat one more time. As the aspect of social study is to check the level of acceptance of the system by the user, the social user particularly. This includes the process of training the user to the system effectively, how effectively I can be used in as a social system. Everything we can be calculated and given the acceptance from the user level. So this is the very important phase to be analyzed in the business proposal. Yes, we have to put lot of work with a very general plan for the project and some cost estimations. So everything we have to be take with the burden information. So everything we have to be checked out, whether the proposed system is not the burden to the company and we can easily do it. These kind of confirmations we have to take it out and we have to be calculated in the system study. And as part of the software environment literature survey, we have seen all the things, right? Input design, output design, everything we have seen. What are the data we have to be given as the input, and what is the objective, what is the output design. So how the things will be happen, how the things will be happen. So when I should take the action, when I should receive the information, everything we have to be calculated and we have to maintain in the input design and output design phase. As part of the conclusion, as described in the paper, we are investigating the real-time nature of the Twitter, devoting the particular attention to the event detection. So we are getting the event detection, how to find the events, all these things we have to find out. And the semantic analysis were applied to the tweets to classify them into a positive and a negative class. So we will be classifying whether it is a positive, whether it is a negative, or whether it is a non-traffic or traffic with a conjunctive, or we have a lot of ways are there. So based on all the things we have to be find out, we are giving some labels and we are giving the find out whether it is a real problem or not. And we regard each Twitter user as a sensor and set of a problem as detected of an event based on the sensor observations. So we are taking as each user as a sensors, and as a sensor it will detect the events and it will post to the server. In the same level of manner, the people around that world also getting the event informations and they are posting into the Twitter server. The location estimation models such as practical filtering are used to estimate the location of events. As an application, we developed an earthquake reporting system, which is a novel approach to notify people promptly of an earthquake event. Suppose any earthquake event happens means where the people are recently uploaded. So the people will send about some of the latest information. So if you want to track the most latest information and important information as part of this kind of earthquakes, that is very important to us. Yes, we already seen the microblogging in the social networks as a real-time characteristics that distinguish it from other social media also as a blogs and collaborative bookmarks. So if you want to be calculate this microblogging and if you want to get the surveys from these websites, everything we have to be collaboratively, we have to work on it. So everything we have seen that we presented an example that leverages the real-time nature of the Twitter to make it useful in solving an important social problem. So one of the social problem we have seen that natural disasters like one of the nature disasters, that is earthquake. We find the real-time nature of Twitter solution. We are using the Twitter social media site Twitter as a solution to our real-time important social problem, that is one of the natural disasters, that is earthquake. and it is also hoped that this paper will provide some insight into the future integration of the semantic analysis with the microblogging data. See, just we are taking the solution, we are taking the technology, and we are implementing this technology for the social website data. So in the future also, if you want to perform the semantic analysis of user data, or if you want to perform any kind of different actions, maybe the people also be use this microblogging data. Either I can use the Facebook data, either I can use the Twitter data, or in the other use cases also I can be used, and I can be integrate with the more effectively with the real-time solutions. So most frequently we can integrate with the real-time problems with the real-time solutions. All these things which are referred from this conclusion as our project main theme, that is real-time traffic detection from the Twitter stream analysis.